What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Citadel, and today I'm here with Eissa and Kristian. I cannot say your last name. Konovalov. I'm pretty sure it's how you say it. I'm so sorry.
But you can just call me Chris, so never mind.
These are the masterminds behind the band Morphied. And if you don't know who Morphied is, this is their brand new album. I got it recently in the mail. It is one kick-ass fucking album, and I encourage all of you watching right now to go fucking buy it right now. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Citadel, and today I'm here with... Yeah. So how you guys doing, man?
That was awesome. I think we're doing pretty good. After such an inspiring intro, we're really hyped up and excited.
It looks like it's morning there. What time is it? Like 7 a.m.?
No, it's 12 actually.
Almost,
12.
yeah, around 12. So
Nice.
It's the early morning. It feels fine.
So let's start off our round of questions with how you guys met as a couple first.
That's a funny story.
Yeah, we're actually high school friends.
Oh, really?
I was sitting next to him in high school. Yeah.
But there's even like,
Older one, yeah.
yeah. Okay. It's actually a super funny story. It's so funny that we actually remember about it quite often. I have a friend who back then was my classmate, and we were sitting on the one desk. In last grade or form, whatever, in school, he decided to leave for another school, and he went away. And I don't know how, but basically I was like, okay, I have a free spot, and I either invited her to join me on the table or something.
You did.
Yeah, and we were in one class, I mean, obviously.
Yeah,
so,
we're classmates basically all the time.
and she just sort of just joined me, and well, somehow that evolved into something more than just classmates. And we were constantly joking that if this guy wouldn't run away, would go to another school, we wouldn't sort of be together.
Yeah, that's
How long have you guys been married?
Yeah, so it's ridiculous.
almost 10 years.
10?
Married.
Wow.
Married, not
High school sweethearts that have been married for
Almost
10
30.
years.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And that's normally never the case with high school sweethearts. High school sweethearts normally break up after, what, 2 years of marriage? It's normally not how it works in America, but...
I mean, I was really against all of this, high school romance and whatever. I was really trying to avoid it as much as I could, but then it was the last half of the year, and I was like, whatever. Even if we break up, that was a good one. So.
Right. So, the history of Morphied. I'm pretty sure I asked Eissa about this. We talked on Facebook a lot. I'm pretty sure Kristian probably read those messages. Knowing a husband should definitely read a wife's messages. But that's my prerogative on it. Sorry. So basically, the history of Morphied. I know I had mentioned in my album review that you guys are Thornhill fanatics, Carnival fanatics, Northlane fanatics, and Spirit Box fanatics. But what was the very first band? I know that Early Rise is also in your repertoire as well. But what was the first band that really made you guys want to start making music? Your intro to, both of you. Intro to guitar, intro to drums, intro to bass, and intro to screaming and singing.
I think really the band that brought us together was literally Carnival. I think even back in school when we were sort of having fun on the desk table or whatever.
That sounds very bad,
My friend showed me Carnival, and to me that was something entirely different.
Yeah.
Because back then I was more into just regular alternative music, like I don't know, Breaking Benjamin,
Alter
Bridge, yeah, sort of just like alt scene.
I was more into new metal by that time, Deftones,
Same.
Square, and all of that.
Yep, same here.
Our basically taste didn't really match, which was fun. So he was like listening to his music, I was listening to my music, and we're like, okay, cool.
And then I heard, or my friend showed me the Carnival band, and I was pretty amazed because they definitely did something very different from what I heard before. I mean, basically the whole feel was that they were breaking rules quite a lot. I mean, they didn't care about the time signatures or length of songs or structures or...
Yeah.
Basically, whatever, they were just, like writing a piece of art, not just songs. So
yeah, they
were very distinguished in how their songwriting skills work. I think it's easy to hear it when they release a song that it's like, it wasn't done in a week or two, you literally hear the amount of work they put in it.
Yeah, and also like the amount of layers. Like, I think normally it took us months to actually sort of comprehend what they were doing here. Okay, like how to sort of just rhythmically understand this part of that, or let's say I think the All I Know song, we were sort of just I don't know how to explain.
I mean, they have this one kind of breakdown part, which was like, the song is super simple, but then this breakdown, we're like, what? Like, what's the drummer even doing? Like,
you can't really copy it or just mimic it or sort of memorize and play it along. It's super hard, and for me, that actually was something that really hooked me up. I mean, it's really interesting, and I showed it to her, and I don't remember if you liked it right away, but I think you did.
There was this like All I Know and New Day.
Yeah.
These two songs, for anyone who didn't listen to Carnival, I would recommend starting with these two. They're like,
which one?
They're amazing.
A New Day and what's Dead Man and a New Day?
All I Know. Yeah, it's a New Day and All I Know. So New Day is
All I Know, I love that song. That's on their third album, right? That's the third album? Or is it, no, that's the second album. Sound Awake?
No,
or
it's second. It's Sound Awake.
Sound Awake,
Yeah.
okay.
Both of these songs are from Sound Awake.
Yeah.
My favorite album by Carnival is still Thamada to this day. I can't get enough of that album. That's a phenomenal fucking album, man.
It's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
It's incredible.
Yeah. So yeah, and somehow actually this love or this weird songwriting really got us together with Liz. I mean,
yeah, we basically decided to start a band just because we love Carnival so much and we share this love for the band. We're like, yeah, we should maybe try, one day to write something similar. Obviously, we still can't do that.
You guys achieved that, man. You achieved that, so you achieved that. I do have to interrupt you real quick. Your guys' audio is kind of cutting in and out. I don't know why, but I'm trying to understand you the best I can. But it's kind of going like a sloppy kind of waveform when you guys are talking. I don't know why, but yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. But
I mean, maybe we have something with internet, but I don't think we can really do anything from our side, unfortunately.
That's okay. I just wanted to inform you guys if you watch this on YouTube later, and I don't want you guys to get mad if it sounds like this. I just want you guys to be aware of what it sounds like. But I can understand you a little bit.
We'll speak slow phrases.
Sorry for that.
It's all good, man. So, all right. Well, I asked my first question. So the second question is, I said the beginning, the early history, and you said both of you basically, Eissa, you said you started on new metal and like alternative like me, and then Kristian started on prog and melodic, I guess you could say, with Carnival. And do you listen to Dead Letter Circus as well, Kristian?
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty cool. We also saw them.
Live,
We saw
yeah.
them live, right?
Of course.
Yeah, they were pretty sick.
You guys ever seen a concert?
sweet.
You guys
And
see
they
a
are-
carnival?
No.
Yes,
Oh wow.
many bands come to Copenhagen, and we were lucky to catch them.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. I would love to see them live.
You should. They're actually really good, and their singers such a hype machine.
Ian Kenny's a fucking god at singing. Seriously, he's so good. And but yeah, he's one of my inspirations for singing. I know that. But let's get into the next question. What band really made you guys started wanting to play music in general? Like, was it just Carnival for both of you guys, or just was there a certain band that really just made you, I want to be a musician?
For me, it's quite simple. There's this Russian band called Slot, or in English,
Never
they're
heard of
called Death Slots, I think. There was this girl, their singer, Daria Stavrovich, or maybe Nuki, how she goes, I don't know. She participated in Voice, I think it's called, right? The Voice show in Russia a couple of years ago. And she actually like exploded in the internet. Like if you type best rock or metal voice shows, she'll be probably on the thumbnail. So
Slot.
she has this huge vocal range. She knows how to do distorted vocals, and she screams, and she basically just came there and did all of that.
That's
Voice.
cool.
And I found her when I was 12, maybe 13. And she was, but back then, that time there was not so many girls screaming, and singing and adding distortion and being cool, basically. It was still a new thing for female around the genre. And she was one of them, for me at least. And I was like, oh wow, she's so great. And I was always trying to get to her types of vocals. So for me, it was for a very long time one of the favorite bands I was like, basically favorite singers I was looking up to.
That's awesome. What about you, Kristian?
For me, well, it's pretty interesting because I don't think I ever had this moment of, I want to be a musician or something. But the band, or my first favorite band ever, was Linkin Park, of course. Pretty banal or whatever. But
Stained was mine.
I loved so much of like those screams of Chester Bennington and just the whole kind of drama kind of feel of this band, or well, not even drama, more like a protest or something. I mean, the whole rock thing. I loved it so much, and that definitely sort of sparked this love for metal or rock in general. I think back then I started to try something like singing, which was, I think, more closely to just screaming in the car or just whatever. And that felt great. So I think somehow naturally over time, I just at some point took my guitar and started just trying like some chords and singing and things like that, and somehow that evolved into just sort of being a songwriter-ish thing, I guess.
Well, you're really good at it. You're really good at it. I will tell you that. Both of you guys are phenomenal musicians. So I would love to hear Eissa play the piano. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear Eissa play the piano on the new album, if there is a new album coming. But yeah,
I'm actually pretty okay with that.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's also telling me we should add more piano. Like, nah.
Well, you know why? I mean, lately I'm really into Sleep Token, and they use piano a lot. Or I would say
you guys listen to Stone Side as well? Stone Side
band.
and Sleep Token? Stone Side?
Right?
They're from Texas.
I heard the name, I think, but I don't think I know the band per se.
Go fucking listen to Stone Side. Crane's my boy. They are fucking amazing. Seriously, he does all the production himself.
Okay, I'll check it out.
They're fucking amazing.
Okay.
But yeah.
It's pretty crazy how people try making their own productions these days. I mean, it's definitely different from what it used to be like 10 or 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, I would say.
I think
Mine was a train wreck. My production was a fucking train wreck on my first album. I hate listening to my first album, so everyone says it sounds good, but I think it sounds like shit because I was the producer, right? I noticed all the differences that are shit, so. But yeah. Drumming, I just started drumming like 2 years ago, so yeah. It's pretty shitty.
I mean, I think that's cool that you don't like it because then you kind of evolve to the next step. I think that's what we have with all our covers. The same, you're like, when we just released, they were like, we're so great, and now we're like, we have to hide this one so nobody can hear it.
Right.
So I mean, it's cool that you don't like it because then probably you are already a way better musician than you were before, and I think that's what's important.
I think there is also this little curse that you never can really appreciate your own song or your own piece of music objectively. I mean, it's so hard. I mean, let's say many people are saying that our album is pretty cool, and super thank you for that. But I mean, this year we're like, yeah, it's good, but I mean, well, our new stuff is probably better.
You're telling me that you think this album sounds like shit? You're off your rocker, dude. This album's fucking amazing. Are you kidding me? It's amazing. I listen to it in my car all the time. Like, really, I listen to it all the time, and I try to mimic the screams. Like, I scream in my car. I fucking love this album, man. Like, really, it is so good.
Thank you.
And how many years did it take to produce this? 4? 5? Wow.
I think it's 4.
Holy fuck, dude, that's crazy, man. It shows. It really shows that you guys put your fucking work in. You put the time in to create an amazing fucking album. And like I said, I encourage all you guys watching right now. I don't care. I don't give a fuck who you are. Go check out Mortified because you're missing out. And I mentioned in my album review, Headphones President, which is Anza. Lead singer is Anza. And then you have the lead singer, I can't remember her name, of Early Rise, can't remember her name. Is it Lacey? Can't remember. But if you love both of those bands, please go listen to Mortified because you will absolutely love this band. And for me, I fucking love Early Rise. Like, because I started listening to Perfect Circle and Tool, and I stumbled across Early Rise. I was like, holy shit, this band's amazing. It's like literally like a female Maynard when I listen to Early Rise. So it's crazy. On to the next topic.
Yeah, pretty cool, yeah.
On to the next topic. How long have you guys been a band? Or a duet? Or do you guys have a third member before, or 4 members before? I know at Panopticon you had 4 people in the video.
The videos are just the videos. I mean, it's just easier to make a video when you have more members and you can, make more shootings and change locations. So it's just, I think it's kind of the Spirit Box thingy they were doing back in the days when they were duo, or like when they had Bill as a bass guitar, they were just inviting drummers to play. And that's kind of what we are doing with our music videos because you kind of need probably a drummer, And Chris can't be everywhere. We can't duplicate him, unfortunately. So, we're duo, we've been duo, and we're very fond of having more members. But, it's like, I hope that, as you said, it hears that we put quite a lot of effort in our music. And we would love to meet someone who would love to also put that much effort into music. But,
It says 9 minutes and 55 seconds remaining on the Zoom call. What is that? That's weird. Does that mean it's gonna hang up on us? I fucking hope to God not.
I suspect they have. I actually think they have something like a limit of 1 hour if you don't pay for it. But I guess what we'll need to do is something like a restart a meeting. I hope it's gonna be quick to do.
It's so dumb, man.
Right.
So we have 9 minutes 20 seconds to talk until we can talk again. All right.
But I mean, we started as in 2015 when we decided to start just do something together, and we started with covers, with acoustic ones, and they were horrible. We do not recommend them to anyone.
Actually, I like them. I like your
practicing.
acoustic covers. So, I love acoustics. But I want to ask the studio you guys do all of your covers in. Is it in your house or is that a different place?
The
Very crazy.
the actual latest covers where I scream and do all the vocal
Yes.
stuff. Yes, that's in our house.
Wow.
Have a separate room. Yeah, I mean we're going crazy. We have a separate room for video setup, and then we have basically another room where we write the music, and we have a sound booth where I record my vocals. So everything is in one place.
Are you guys able to show us that behind the scenes or no?
No. I mean,
Not
the
now,
other room
later.
is
Not now, later. Not now. But yeah.
We can do that. We can
That's
do that.
sick.
Of course.
That's sick. That will be for my patrons only. So, but yeah. Anyways,
Inspiration of interior design of how to survive as a musician.
right. I do everything in my house too, so I'm gonna be leaving Japan soon to go back to USA. And I know Eissa, you know my friend Anna from Conflict. Have you spoken with her recently?
No, not that much actually. I would say no. Somehow didn't have a chance to, maybe a future collaboration could be a good start, to just drop a message or something, but not yet.
Well, I guess I could spill the beans. There's currently 3 people watching right now. Anna is going to be on my next album, and she's supposed to be the surprise collab. I haven't fucking said anything until now, but yeah, it's going to be on there. I would love to hear you and Anna go at it on a track. That would be amazing. And I'm pretty sure I got you in contact with Nicole from Stellaris as well. Have you heard of them?
They're sick band. I have a friend, I think it's a guitar player who plays there. They're sick.
They are
I really
fucking
like
amazing.
them, and her vocals are really great. They're doing awesome.
Yeah. So, I already asked how the band started, how many years you guys have been a band. What's your guys' favorite track ever, in this entire world? What's your favorite song?
Ooh. And there should be one song. That's a hard question,
Okay, let's do album.
Oh.
Let's do album.
I mean, Carnival is great, so it's either Zamata or it's for me a Concealing Fate EP from Tesseract.
Oh,
It's
yes.
a part of one album, but I think the Concealing Fate EP for me it's sick.
Yeah.
Tesseract changed the name of the game, man.
I don't know.
Tesseract changed the name of the game when they came out with first time I heard Tesseract was on the live studio for Concealing Fate parts 1 through 6. Blew me the fuck away. I had heard nothing like it when I first heard it, and that's another band that I think you guys sounded like, but unfortunately I couldn't throw those under influences. But yeah, I watch Dan all the time on Twitch, and it's pretty cool to actually interact with him. And but yeah, I asked him to collab as well, but he says he's too busy. And I told him to reach out to you guys too. So, but yeah. So as musicians, do you feel that you should be at 10,000 subscribers? And how many followers do you guys have on Spotify right now?
I would say to me somehow it actually doesn't matter, because to me it's more about the quality, the quantity. And I mean that amount of love and support we receive is for me it's more than enough, I would say. So all the feedback, we didn't get any single negative feedback for the album, like not even one. And that's shocking me. Like there should be people who are unhappy, right? But nobody said anything to us. Everyone was so supportive, and everyone's so caring and so kind. So I don't really care how many people listen to us, as long as like they're so actively supporting us that it feels like, you know, the whole city or the whole country is supporting us. So for me, it's the most important.
Both of you guys, man, it's such a joy to talk to you, and seeing you guys smile and just being so happy. You guys just look so happy together, and I really, really enjoy that, man. I love having casual conversations with artists that are happy with what they do. And I never met a artist that hates what they do. And there's a lot of asshole artists out there that you would interview and stuff, but I never met one yet. And this is my current, I think, 6th or 7th interview with an artist. And but yeah, I really, really love this album. Like I can't tell you how much I love it. And it's just amazing. You guys have an album review coming probably next month. Whenever I get down to editing, and I have so much shit to do. I just had my son this year and got my wife, and we're getting ready to move again. But yeah, if you guys didn't know, I'm military. I'm Air Force, so it's really hard for me to take the time out of my day to do this stuff and to, you know, concentrate on work and stuff. I've been on a week of leave because last week was my birthday, so. But yeah.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Thanks. So, the future of Morphied, what do you guys plan on bringing to the table? What kind of genre? Are you going to be genre bending again? Or is it going to be like prog and are you going to add some new metal? That would be fucking dope. You know, I would love to hear like what your ideas are for the future of Morphied. And we have 2 minutes currently until it shuts off.
Thank you.
Well, I guess it's always about just doing what you love, and I think for the past a year or maybe 2, we were really digging into like Northlane and all this. What kind of genty new metal, Deftones inspired, whatever. I don't know how to say like
Loath?
Modern metal thing, I guess. That's the problem. Yeah, Loath also actually.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sick.
Yeah. So we want to try maybe incorporate some of these elements into our style. So I think in some way it will be different, more from the sound of it, but I think the emotional part of it will really stick. So it's more the same Morphied wrapped into just a little bit different wrapper, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of with the songs on Macedonia, they're still different from each other.
Pretty different, yeah.
And you can hear how different bands were inspiring these songs like more than the others. I think this is what's going to happen with our future album as well. We're just gonna have, you know, different inspirations put on top because we're very lucky to still find the new bands every time that inspire us. So every time we find one, we're just like, oh, we should put it in a song. We should add this in here.
We definitely don't really sort of limit us. We think as a band we are still searching for our sound, which will happen eventually, but for now we're just trying whatever the hell we want, really. So if that's incorporating some weird instruments, fine. If this is writing some long-ass songs, fine. Or short songs. I mean, we basically just do whatever we want.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool.
Nice. So I'm going to start another meeting and I'll invite you guys back to it. This is going to shut off on us. Fuck. God damn it. Future of Morphied, right? Future of Morphied. So yeah, Future of Morphied. What I want to hear in the future, you know, I don't know, my opinion really doesn't mean shit, right? I'm just one person, but new metal. I want new metal mixed in the mix. That's what I want to hear. And I would love to hear Eissa play piano if she plays piano, or Kristian play piano. That'd be fucking sick. And more synth sounds. I love synth stuff. I'm a huge. I mean, you can just tell right there, man. My 2 flags: new metal industrial. That's my two favorite genres of all time. So that's what I want to hear. But yeah.
I mean, new metal is pretty cool. So, and industrial, I think, is getting more popular by now. So that's also a fun element to incorporate, actually.
Definitely, yeah.
All right. So for you guys, what do you think you could do in the future to become better musicians? What would you do to become better musicians? To fix your production, what do you, your guys' side, what do you feel that needs to be fixed with your guys' music?
That's pretty. I mean, that's a good question. First of all, let me think of the answer. I mean,
For me, it's quite simple. If I want to be a better vocalist, I need to sing more.
Mm-hmm.
So I just take the path of practice.
I'm also thinking about the routine, because I mean, we are also like full-time workers. I mean, music is our well, more than a hobby, but sort of takes the time of the hobby. So it is a bit crazy for us to sort of consistently do music, because I mean, you go from work or you come from work and you need to cook yourself some food, or just do some stuff around the house, and then you need to squeeze out some time for doing music, and it's really not structured. I mean, it sort of happens when you have some time, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And this really kind of doesn't really play well with having a good schedule or rhythm for having a consistency in your practices and in whatever you're doing. And I think eventually it will be cool to really become more consistent, or to develop a better schedule when you have a rhythm of doing it.
Yeah, basically on a daily basis.
Yeah. Because if you want to become better, at some point you understand that you need to put much more time into it.
Yeah, I think there's no easy ways around this. Like, if you want to get better, you need to do it more.
Yeah. Like, for example, with many guitarists, I mean, they have a complete routine around their skill. So basically, it's not that you want to just become great at guitar and okay, you are forever great. No, you actually need to keep up with that, and for that, people are doing like many exercises every day to just sort of remind your body about this whole stuff, and this is important, and you cannot really go around it. So I mean, for me, definitely, if I want to become a better guitarist, I need to develop such a routine, which I am working on, and with some ups and downs. But I mean, yeah. That's,
do you know how to sweep, Kristian?
Step, I think. Huh?
Do you know how to sweep pick?
No, I don't.
Me neither, man. Don't feel bad. Me neither.
This is not my. I would say this is not on the top of my bucket list of things that I want to learn. I mean, right now I'm really trying to push my alternate picking into next level. I think that's the whole connection between the left hand and the right hand. I think that's my kind of weakest part. I'm pretty good at tapping, surprisingly, but I mean, with playing solos and riffs that require a lot of synchronization between your hands, this is where I'm really lacking. So I'm trying to do some exercises to fix that.
Nice, man. Yeah, I know you can definitely get better, man. There's always room for improvement. Whatever you guys feel that you can improve on, there's always room for improvement, man. There always is. And to comment on Eissa's comments about singing, I actually give vocal lessons on my channel. I've been singing for 21, 22 years, and bring lots of water. Drink lots of water. That's probably the best advice I can give you to not get dehydrated. And sing in your car, sing in the shower. Those are the two best places to sing, best acoustics. And as production, I can't really give you any advice on production. I suck at production. But yeah, vocals, I do have some advice on that. So I can definitely tell you the water is super important. And a lot of people will look at me and like, why do I need water to be a vocalist? It's like, you have no idea how fucking dehydrated your body gets when you sing, especially screaming. You know how fucking bad I sweat when I do covers? Like, for real. Like, people don't see that shit in BTS, so it's crazy how bad you sweat. So it's very important to stay hydrated. Yeah. So in the future,
Yeah, and I mean, like, just
are you guys down to do a collab cover with me in the future, maybe next year or the year after that, if you have time?
so far regarding the future, it's very fun because we don't have any clear ideas on what's gonna be next year. We have pretty big plans on our lives. I mean, as Chris said, we are trying to establish a proper routine of working on music more consistently, and that requires some global changes on our side. And you also said you're moving from Japan to US probably, and
Yeah, that's gonna
chances
take
are
a
we're
while.
also gonna be moving somewhere. So these are like big changes, and there's a lot of uncertainties. We hope it will lead us to a more better and clear, life in general. I don't know. But we have no idea what's gonna be whatsoever. So I'm being very cautious about what I promise to people right now.
Yeah, it's all good.
I don't
It's all
know
good.
what's gonna
Honesty's
be.
the
I
best
mean,
medicine. So
in general, I'm always up to. Yeah. So in general, we're always up to something, and we're always up to collaborations and whatever. But it's very hard to promise, and I really don't want to, how it's called. Just to break that promise. I hate this part.
yeah.
Yeah,
I feel
It's better not to give it a promise at all, and then come and say, "Hey, surprise! We can do that." than to
Right,
promise
yeah.
something and then,
Yeah. Well, I'm still working on getting to 100,000 subscribers. I don't think I'll get there in 10 years though. But let's move on to this next one. Kristian, did you want to say
I
something?
don't know,
Sorry.
maybe something might jump. I mean, you never know. Something might happen, and then you're just one day you wake up and you have boom plus 50,000 subs. So that's internet.
Let's get into this next question. What is the purpose of this album cover? Who's in the suit? Who is this guy? First of all, does he have a name? I know it's a red jumpsuit, right? And barbed wire. It looks like barbed wire. Where was this photo taken? And what's the main concept of Anadonia?
So regarding the cover, you know the story how we were classmates. So this guy on the cover is another classmate of ours. He was taking part in a photo shoot project for Mask 8.
That's
and
cool.
they had this concept of people in masks in different situations or contexts. So this guy was more like it's a kind of a prison suit with a mask, and he's like entangled in those wires. So they had this kind of conceptual photo shoot 10 years ago, maybe more, 13 years ago. That's a very old photo.
Wow.
And back then, Chris, yes, it's super old. Back
I
then,
never
Chris
would have
really
pictured that
loved it,
13
and
years
when we
ago.
started the
Holy
band,
crap.
I mean, it was this very small Instagram 600 pixel image when I took it, I got it from the man who took the photo, and he said he doesn't even have the source file, so we had to go through 4-key extension paid app that expands it, to a
AI pixel up
yeah,
scale or whatever.
yeah. I mean, Chris just loved it so much, and this concept of this, man without face and wires, kind of trapped in all of this. And this also leads to the anhedonia itself, because it's all about being trapped in something. So some kind of situation or some kind of emotions, or in lack of emotions, or in your everyday destructive routine. So it's all about, human and personality being trapped in something, and it's either not seeking his way out or not being able to find the way out, or just feeling like there's no way out. And some of the songs are more on a negative side, talking about how there's a human basically stuck in something, and there's no way to break it. And some others are more talking about, this, like, there's evolution of finding actually the right, like, in our opinion, maybe the right way. And all of the songs are based on either my experience or my friends' experience about their, like, tough situations in life, their like what's been worrying them a lot, and something like all of those more like negative, destructive feelings, I would say.
That leads me to the concept of mayhem. Like that song spoke to me big time. Like that like, cause I've been through that. Like 2 attempts in my entire life. So, but yeah, it's a powerful song, and the lyrics are even more powerful. I read the lyrics, I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. So you said the scope of things is basically Anadonia. Does Anadonia have a meaning? Like, is it like a Russian word that means something else, or what does it mean?
It's basically almost a medical term describing inability to feel pleasure and experience, the pleasure and something. Enjoy things, enjoy your life, or whatever.
Very close to depression,
yeah,
actually.
They're very related.
Wow, that's awesome, man. And I think the main reason I love your guys' I love your guys' band so much is because Gent. I'm a huge Gent fan too. I love Gent, so this fucking album, Gent's big time. Now I have a couple of supporters here that have been asking questions and saying stuff in the chat. So I'm gonna go ahead and read some of that real quick. So I have the lead singer of Sapoth here, Alexei D. If you haven't heard Sapoth, they're really good too. They're symphonic black dark metal band from Russia. He says basically that Slot Yup Daria Stavrovich is a beast of a singer. And dang, your room looks like my guitarist's room. Even the speakers are the same. And then he
he's a pretty popular set of speakers, so.
And he says, I need to get monitors. That's another thing I need to get. I actually mix in headphones and with a program called SonarWorks. But he says, step 1, Poss bringing Anna, Eissa, and Alex D on his album. Step 2, calls it world suspension and a bunch of gloomy Russians. Now, is Latvia actually in Russia, or is that a separate country from Russia?
It's a separate country. It's a very painful topic for Latvians to call Latvia part of Russia.
No.
you might just create a war there. I mean, it was part of Soviet Union, yeah.
Okay.
And it is a very small country, so it was always part of something. But now it's a unique, very containing and independent country, at least. Super small, but it's still a country.
So off topic, what do you guys do for hobbies besides music? Like, what if you don't mind me asking, what are your guys' day jobs? So I told you I was an electrician, right? You guys, electrician in the Air Force. What's Kristian's job? What's Eissa's job?
I'm working in marketing. We both graduated as basically engineers.
Oh wow.
Sound and music computing and production engineers. It's very technical.
Which doesn't have anything to do with music, actually.
Yeah, we hope that sound and music computing, and production would be very music related, but it was complete sound engineering in terms of programming
and
sound
and processing. So it's actually some DSP.
Yeah, noise canceling, voice recognition.
Yeah, so it's
VSTs writing. So it's very technical.
Yeah.
And
so in theory, we could then applied to some DSP companies like Amplitude or whatever. Not the Amplitude, let's say Neural
Dragon?
DSP or
Dragon?
Huh?
Dragon?
Maybe
A voice
I don't know.
recognition service? Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
In theory, I mean.
Yeah, but in the end, I ended up being in marketing and doing more like UX and website maintenance and all of this one. And Chris, is very hard to explain who you are.
Yeah, I work in R&D of company that develops hearing aids. So I'm sort of a software developer.
Also at
wow.
DevOps.
Yeah, to be more specific, I'm a DevOps there. If anyone knows what it is, but yeah,
DevOps? You said DevOps? Never heard of that.
Yeah, it's basically it's really hard to explain what it is.
I would say it's like automation.
Yeah, like doing various automation and infrastructure maintenance of the development environments. I mean, I think it cannot really be explained.
I mean, in very simple words, he's a programmer.
Yeah, I'm a software developer.
That's simple.
that's
Now I understand. So you do C++ and A+ and C++ and Cisco and all that stuff, and IT, basically.
More like C#, but yeah, basically along these lines that as you said.
Yeah.
That's cool. So I have another supporter here says, I can see the future of the band Morphied minimally. It comes from Vito. He's my friend and supporter on Patreon. I can see the future of the band Morphied minimally as great as Infected Rain has had in the past. I wish it should be like that, or in the best case, even better than Infected Rain.
Oh, thank you. That's impressive future we would have, you know. I think Infected Rain just had a very long journey because they are pretty old bands, and they also started back then when there were also, like, I would say way more bands needed labels, and they were independent for a very long time, so they were something unique and different. So they totally deserve their place they have now, and they're doing awesome. But they're also something that inspires me, like the bands that are independent and they have this long journey of becoming successful. This is really inspiring story for me, and I look over and I look at all those bands that are independent. For example, Northlane went independent recently.
Yep.
They're off any label and they're doing great. So this gives me hope.
That's like Conflict. Conflict is still independent. I'm hoping they get signed, but Anna told me that they don't want to get signed. They just want to stay independent. I was like, that's probably the best way to go, to be honest, because you don't have to listen to bullshit. No offense. I know Century Media is probably gonna watch this, but they don't have to listen to bullshit publishers telling them what to do and all that stuff. But yeah, on the subject. There was a subject that I brought up earlier where you guys asked if there was other people in the band. And on that subject, on the duo subject, it's better to make music with less people than it is with more people, because you have a conflict of interest that happens in between the band if you have more people. And I've been over this in a Giant Walker interview that I did last. That was my last interview. They're a band from Newcastle in England, and their influence is, you guessed it, Carnival and Soundgarden. So, but yeah, if you guys haven't heard them, they're really good too. But I basically discussed with them, having less members in a band creates less conflict, and you can actually choose which style you want to do, especially if you're husband and wife making music. Like, I had no clue you guys were husband and wife. The first time I watched one of your covers, I was like, oh, they're probably just friends doing this stuff. And I was like, no, husband and wife, this is cool as shit. And I remember go ahead, sorry.
We were called often brother and sister. We were like,
I remember I used to watch Peretti's streams and everything, and then I stopped watching his streams because he was a dickhead. So, but anyways, that's how I found out about you guys. I found out about you guys by a supporter that's not my supporter anymore that introduced me to you guys, which was I believe Aftermath was the very first song I've ever listened to by you guys, but it was so long ago. It was like 2 years ago, and I heard it again. I was like, this sounds familiar, but I don't know if I heard it before. And they were like, have you ever listened to Eissa? I was like, who's Eissa? And then they give me like Morphied, and I was like, okay, what's this? This sounds dope. So, but yeah, man, I'm really excited for the future of you guys, man. Especially as a couple, man. You guys are a very happy couple, very healthy. You look very healthy. You look very young too. I mean, I'm 33. I just turned 33, so I really wish that you guys have a great future in whatever you do in your lives, you know, moving and in your jobs, in your band, everything. And I hope that we can do this again in the future whenever you guys make another album. But unfortunately, our time is up today. Our time is up today because I have to work tomorrow. I have to get some edits done. I have to work tomorrow. But I appreciate both of you guys coming on the Citadel and talking about your lives and about the band. Is there anything else you want to say to the community before we get off of here?
I always want to say a huge thank you to all people who are so kind and supportive to us, and saying thanks to you. I mean, like, the amount of positive feedback we got today is just, you know, hyping us up for the next couple of weeks. It's always so great to hear, you know, good words, because as a musician, as Chris said, you can't be objectively reacting to your music, and it's always such an inspiring moment when you feel and you hear different people who are, like, in their opinion at least, you know, they're reacting to it without any biases, and they enjoy what we do, and this gives so much motivation. So thank you all for support and for listening to us, and we can't wait to bring something new. And we're working on it, and we really hope to, you know, release something soon, and hopefully you'll like it, because it's gonna be a journey. It's gonna be an evolving journey of, you know, changing styles and shifting towards some different things. So yeah, thank you all, and I hope it's gonna be so much fun in future.
And the last question I have for you guys, Kristians, you want to say something? Sorry.
No, I'm just supporting everything that she said. I mean, usually she's super great at saying all those.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm like.
I agree.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, I mean, I definitely agree with her, and I mean, like, thank everyone who is supporting us, and it means a lot. And I mean, it's actually crazy, like, how you see all these people connecting with you and reacting to the things that you do, and sometimes it even feels a little bit surreal. I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
especially with COVID. When COVID hit, it felt super real. Like, COVID just brought people together on the internet. So that was a huge. Yeah. I think that was a huge layout of reaction scenes, and that's when I started. So I started in 2019, but yeah, that's when I started reactions. I started my channel in 2010, but I started reactions in 2019. Now, I have to ask this.
It's pretty crazy.
Go ahead. Sorry.
It's pretty crazy to realize, like, I mean, nowadays, like, because of the internet, people can listen to you in, like, different parts of the world and even react to it. I mean, almost in real time. So it's amazing what is possible right now. So, and I think we as a band are pretty grateful to that. So, again, thanks everyone for supporting. That's amazing.
Yeah.
No, I ask this every single interview that I have with bands. What do you think that I can bring to my empire that you guys would think it would help it do better? What would help increase the empire's reach to more people to get to that? I mean, I have a goal of 20,000 subscribers by the end of this year, but I don't think I'm going to get there. But what do you guys think that I could do improving on that I know of Eissa have watched tons of my covers and left comments and let me feedback, but what do you feel that I can do to change the empire, even the Twitch, you know, the Twitch empire, whatever, my channel? What do you think that I can do to improve? because I told you what I thought you guys can improve on. I want to hear your thoughts.
I mean, I always think about consistency, but you already have that, so also like
Boy, yes, I do.
Like, yeah, so I mean, one thing that's really good. So the other thing is like if we talk about covers or music, as we said with Chris, it's always practice, and I believe that practice helps you to evolve to new stuff, and people hear that. People do hear that when you get better, and that's super cool. Yeah. And the third thing, I think you're also doing it great, but I mean engaging with people and, you know, just having this conversation with whom you're trying to reach. And they also, I think it's very nice for everybody to feel like to know you're heard. So this is something that also very important. And sometimes we just ask our audience, for example, with the CDs, Chris didn't want to release any physical CDs at all. And I was like, okay, I'll just ask our audience, what do they think? And everyone was like, yeah, you should do that. And I mean, we're sold out.
Yeah.
We have 0 CDs left in 1 month. So talking to people and hearing their thoughts and doing, maybe like, it's not always a good idea to blindly follow what they want, but I mean, sometimes it's a very good idea if you generally don't know what to do and they tell you, yeah, you could do this. And then you do this and they're happy and you all kind of grow together and it brings new people. This is also something that I use a lot in our, you know, social media, and I love people who engage with these things because they help us make decisions.
From my side, I mean, my advice probably will be from absolutely different directions. I think something like don't forget what you like about doing what you're doing. So it's more like try to do what you like and just enjoy the process and don't really concentrate on numbers or this whole kind of popularity thing, because sort of let it come naturally. Because I mean, if people see that you genuinely like what you're doing and you're getting really happy about it, I mean, this in itself should sort of just drag attention of people, because it is really encouraging and nice to see someone's doing his favorite thing. I mean,
it's very inspiring for all people.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I find myself watching of some guy doing some incredible stuff. I mean, I don't know. I mean, something that I would never do and someone never would have done. I mean, fixing some crap or something. But just from the thing that the guy is really digging into it and he's happy about what he's doing and he's like spending all his energy, and I mean, just this thing drags my attention, and I think most of people, I mean, it's the same. So just genuinely like what you do and don't forget what is that you like about it. So and the other thing will just naturally come.
And last piece of advice from me: never ever let anyone underestimate you, no matter what. Sometimes you might think of yourself or whatever, like you're not too good enough or whatever. I have these thoughts all often, like my vocals are not good enough, my screams are not good enough, I just suck at singing, I should, you know, whatever. But I know that it's all like actually good, and you should keep doing what you love, no matter what you might feel, you know, discouragement or whatever. It's nothing. You are good at what you're doing, and you love what you're doing, and you just keep going. So that's all I can say.
It was both of you guys. It was fucking amazing talking to you today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing this. I hope that you guys have inspired a lot of artists on the channel that watch this. You know, there's going to be some people that are going to watch this and not even know who you are, and then they're going to go check out your music, and hopefully they'll like it. And but yeah, I really appreciate both of you guys taking time out of your days and to come to the Citadel and just talk to us. So thank you very much, and I will talk to you guys soon, hopefully. Eissa, definitely be talking to you soon about, you know, whatever albums, and talking about voice work and stuff. And Kristian, I added you on Facebook. It's up to you if you want to accept or not. I would love to talk to you about production. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. And thank you all of you guys watching on Twitch, on YouTube. Thank you for coming as well. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.
Thank you. Bye.